After some time had passed, Haley and Louis' friendship had gone back to being as strong as ever. One day, Haley invited both Louis and his mother to visit India with her. She had always wanted to show them her homeland and share with them the rich culture and history of the country. Louis and his mother were both excited at the prospect of visiting India, so they eagerly accepted her invitation. Haley spent months planning the trip, carefully selecting the cities and landmarks they would visit. She wanted to make sure that Louis and his mother got to experience India to the fullest. Finally, the day arrived, and the three of them boarded a plane to India. Haley could feel the excitement building up inside her as she realized that she was finally going to share her home with the people she loved. They landed in Delhi and were immediately immersed in the chaos and beauty of the city. They visited the Red Fort and Jama Masjid, walked through the bustling streets of Chandni Chowk, and even tried their hand at bargaining with street vendors. As they traveled through India, Louis and his mother could see just how much the country meant to Haley. They listened to her stories and saw her face light up as she spoke about the traditions and cultures that made India so unique. In Jaipur, they visited the Amber Fort, where Haley reminisced about the many school trips she had taken to the palace. She took them to the Hawa Mahal, where they marveled at the intricate architecture and design. In Agra, they visited the iconic Taj Mahal, and Louis was blown away by its sheer beauty. "This is definitely one for the books," he exclaimed, as they posed for pictures in front of the monument. As they traveled through India, Haley felt a sense of pride growing inside her. It was as if she was rediscovering her country and her culture through the eyes of her loved ones. She knew that this trip would be one that they would all remember for the rest of their lives. As they boarded the plane back home, Haley felt a sense of contentment wash over her. She had shared a part of her identity with the people she loved most, and they had loved it just as much as she did. Damon was stalking the whole day, which made him feel even more jealous and angry. One day, when Haley was alone, Damon approached her and cornered her. "Why are you spending so much time with him?" Damon hissed, his voice laced with anger. "I thought you and I had something special. Why are you throwing it all away?" Haley could feel the fear rising inside her. She had never seen Damon like this before, and she didn't know how to react. "Damon, please let me go," she pleaded. "You're scaring me." Damon's grip tightened, and he leaned in closer. "You're going to stop seeing him, do you hear me?" he growled. "If you don't, you're going to regret it." Haley felt tears welling up in her eyes. She didn't know what to do. She knew that Damon was capable of violence and that she needed to get away from him as soon as possible. Just as Damon was about to say something else, Louis and Haley's mother appeared out of nowhere. They had been looking for Haley, and when they saw her in distress, they rushed over to help her. Damon quickly backed away, realizing that he was outnumbered. He slunk away, disappearing into the crowd. Haley burst into tears, and Louis held her close, reassuring her that she was safe. "I'm so sorry you had to go through that," he said softly. "We'll make sure he doesn't bother you again." Haley nodded, feeling grateful to have Louis and her mother by her side. She knew that she couldn't let Damon's threats stop her from enjoying her life and spending time with the people she loved. As they spent more time together, Haley and Louis began to realize that they had feelings for each other beyond friendship. They started dating and soon fell deeply in love. When Louis proposed to Haley, he did it in the most romantic way possible. He presented her with a new fragrance that he had created specifically for her, called Forever Love. Haley accepted Louis' proposal, and they became engaged. They decided to combine their passions for perfumes and business by starting their own perfume company together. They used their knowledge and experience to create unique and beautiful fragrances that quickly became popular with customers. Their company became a huge success, with Haley handling the creative side of the business while Louis managed the financial and operational aspects. They complemented each other perfectly, and their partnership proved to be a winning formula. Their perfumes were sold in high-end boutiques all over the world, and they became known as one of the most innovative and successful perfume companies in the industry. Haley and Louis' love for each other and their passion for perfumes had led them to a fulfilling and successful career. They had built a business that they were both proud of, and they knew that they would continue to work together to create even more beautiful fragrances in the future.